Hi, it's Denny. Welcome to the New Perspective, a place where we all join together to learn how to choose love and choose love again. There are so many things that make it so difficult for us to choose love. Let's go back to where it really all begins. We come into the world, we're this big. Everything we learn about ourselves, we learn in the context of our family. We learn it by the way we're treated, by the light in people's eyes, how our parents relate to each other, how our siblings relate to us, all in the context of this family. And we work to try to make sense of it. And what we do is we go into a childhood trance where we don't get any other input except in our immediate families. And so the trance is composed of all the beliefs that we created to help us survive those incredibly painful, those uncomfortable circumstances. Now, suddenly you're married. Your wife looks at you with that look. Oh, man, are you angry? She doesn't even have to say a word. It's the way she looks at you. Or can be on the other foot. It's the way you look at her. I can just tell by that look in your eye what you're thinking. No, you can't. No, you really, really can't. That stuff is inside you. Now, when you haven't looked at it, when it's too damn scary for you to look inside and see it, you project it outward. That is absolutely coming from my partner, or that's coming from the politicians, or never recognizing that it's the wound in here. It's the time that they didn't pick you up and say, "Oh, baby, did you hurt yourself?" Instead, they said, "Oh, knock off that stupid ass crying. I've had enough of that bullshit. Now you just sit down." Nobody meant to hurt you. But the impatience, the intolerance, the pain that your parents felt made it impossible sometimes for them to reach out to you. And when that happened, you became wounded. You picked up their negative beliefs about them. They didn't have anything else to give you. Nobody meant to hurt us, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So our job as adults is not to pretend like childhood never happened at all. That's just a bunch of crap. That's going to get you nowhere. If you really want to know yourself in a deep way, go back. Allow yourself to start to take a look. When something comes up that makes you really angry, when all of that is over, slow down. Ask yourself in a deep way, what was it that triggered me? When's the first time I felt like this? Come on, stay conscious. Look at it. At least begin to get a feel for it. Allow yourselves to see that though your parents loved you, they weren't always perfect. Get rid of the loyalty or allow both to exist at the same time. They loved me. I got hurt. Both can exist at the same time. So allowing that, allowing yourself to go back, to begin to have compassion for that child, That child that had to listen to mommy and daddy be so mad at each other, get so scared. Have some compassion for yourself. Stop with the survival skill of making yourself wrong. You know, when we're little, that works. 5-year olds, their brains are built so that they're the center of the universe. So if something goes wrong in the family, well, it must be my fault. That's actually something that serves you. Oh, because if it's your fault, all you have to do is change a little bit and things will get better. Unfortunately, some of us spend a lifetime trying to change a little bit so that things will get better. Things never get better. That's because it wasn't your fault in the first place. The problems were always with the grown-ups. But in order for a child to survive all of that, they believe that it's their fault. The choices are, it's my fault, or I'm being raised by cuckoos. These people have no idea what they're doing. Oh my God, talk about terrifying. If a kid knew that, oh, that would just be beyond. So it's my fault. I just have to change. Somehow it gives us a little illusion of control. But we don't leave that in childhood. We're 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. It's still my fault. Come on, you guys. Time to wake up. Time to allow yourselves to see you got caught in the trance. The trance that says there's something terribly wrong with me. You know, I've sat in this seat for over 40 years and I see it over and over and over again. There was never anything wrong with you. Oh, you might have had some learning disabilities. Hey, you might have been, because of circumstances, a very angry child. But there were circumstances that created that. That was your response to circumstances. That isn't who you are. Now, who you really are is a spirit having a human experience. We're all beings of love and light made flesh for this earth walk. And this is the time that we're waking up to that. We're not just our ego. We're not just this who we're pretending to be, that our pretend self is better than your pretend self. No, no, that's not who we are. Go inside. Oh, darlings, we're all little beings of love and light. Look into the eyes of a newborn sometime. You see it there. It's so open. It's so accepting. It's just there. Love. That's where we find the purest form of love. We all have that within us. It's the time now to look within, to stop with that childhood wounding, to allow ourselves to wake up from the trance, to see that you're more than you ever thought you were. So, this is Denny. Wanna get once again encouraging you. Find it. Choose love. Have the courage to look within. Find that beautiful little spark. Choose love. Choose love again. Till the next time we meet. This is Denny.